everybody, welcome back to the channel. This video was going to originally be a book haul mixed with all my signed books, but the video ended up being really long, and so I just decided to cut it off and make two videos. So the first one today will just be the book haul, and then I'll be doing the signed books at another time. Just wanted to say that up front because in the video I talk about how I'm going to be doing the signed books, and then it just kind of cuts off. So that's what's going on today. I'm just going to go through some of the unsigned books relatively quickly. Most of these I bought secondhand at a thrift store. So the first book is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I already read this book. I just really wanted a physical copy of it, and it's in pretty good condition for like the $2 that I found it in or whatever. And yeah, I just really like Frederick Bachman. He's one of my favorite authors, and so I always want to have more of his books physically. I also got A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. I haven't heard that much about this book except that it's historical fiction and it seems like something I would really like. It comes highly recommended, so I thought I would pick it up and give it a try. I have The Betrayal of Anne Frank by Rosemary Sullivan. This is a new release. My wife really wanted to read this, and so we went to the bookstore and we bought it, and we both actually have already finished it. I really liked it. It didn't blow me away, but I thought the investigative aspects of it were really good, and my wife also really liked it. So if you want to know more about Anne Frank or the mystery surrounding her, or just more about World War II in general, I do recommend this book. Next I have Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond. I actually thought that I read this book a long time ago on audio, and then somebody was pointing out something in it, and I realized I didn't know what they were talking about, and so I went and looked, and I had actually just listened to the abridged version, which is like less than half the length. So as far as I'm concerned, I have not read this book, but I've read parts of it, and so I really want to sit down and just read the whole thing. It is commonly compared to Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari, which is one of my favorite nonfiction books. And the stuff that I did read from this book were very interesting in that vein, kind of about like how agriculture and civilization have impacted humanity, and so I'm looking forward to giving this a full read. Next we have The Apollo Murders by Chris Hadfield. I don't know much about this book except that it is murders in space or something like that. My wife really wanted to read this book, so we bought this at the same time as the Rosemary Sullivan book. And I am excited to check it out. I do think it's a neat concept. It does remind me kind of like The Martian, but more of a crime aspect to it. So yeah, I'll see how this one goes. The next two I have are The Gates of Athens by Connie Golden and Attila by William Napier. Now, both of these books are similar in the sense that I don't know a lot about them, but they are about subject matter that interests me, and particularly the Connie Golden one. Gates of Athens. Connie Golden is one of my favorite authors, and this is about the Battle of Marathon and the Battle of Thermopylae, I believe, so I'm sure that I will really enjoy this one. Also, just knowing more about Attila would be cool, so that's why I picked this one up. The next book is Too Like the Lightning by Ada Palmer. This is the first book in her Terra Ignota series, I believe it's called, and I don't know anything about this series at all, except that some people that I really respect their opinions on really like this series. They said it's like very complicated. I believe there is an unreliable narrator aspect to it, but yeah, it doesn't seem very long. It's only like 400 pages, so I can see myself trying this fairly soon as just like kind of a more challenging read, but that's not too long. And then we have The Inconvenient Indian by Thomas King. This is just a book I've heard a lot about regarding how Indigenous people have been treated, mostly throughout Canada, but also just generally, and it comes very well recommended. My wife really liked it, so I'm looking forward to trying this one as well. I was really excited about this one. I found a hardcover edition of Fire and Blood for $2. It's in perfect condition. I mean, this book is so beautiful. Like, look at that illustration. I just think it's so nice, and it's a very high quality book. For $2, it is a steal. And I actually already owned this in soft cover, but I couldn't say no to a $2 hardcover of a book that I really love by my favorite author. So yeah, this was a good find. I was really excited about this one. Next I have Midnight Tides and Dust of Dreams by Steven Erikson. Books 5 and 9 of the Malazan series, I believe. I don't know. They're two of the Malazan books. I haven't started Malazan yet. I want to start it in 2023, and I like to have the series just kind of ready to go in order to read. And Steven Erikson happens to be from my city, so I find cheap books of his all the time at used bookstores. I think I got these for a total of $3, so they're pretty good condition. So yeah, I've got most of the series now. I think I just need like 5 and 10 or something like that. I have like 7 or 8 of the Malazan books now. Now this one shames me, but I couldn't pass it up for $1. So the next book I have is Ted Chiang's theoretically Story of Your Life and Other books, but this is actually, it's called Arrival. They renamed it because of the movie, but it is the short story collection Story of Your Life and Others, and they use this, I mean, independently this is a fine cover, but just I don't like movie covers, and I haven't seen the movie yet. I want to read the short story first, but I read Ted Chiang's Exhalation recently, and I really loved it, so I had to get the other collection. I'm told this is his better collection, but we'll see how it goes. Next, we have The Blackhawks by David Ragg. Now, I haven't read this book yet, but I do own it in ebook and audiobook, so I didn't really need a physical copy for a book that I already have 2 copies for and haven't read. But I just love this cover. I just love this art style so much, and it was $2. Even it's actually not in very good condition, but I just like having this, you know? It's just nice. I want this cover in my life. So hopefully I end up liking this book because now I own 3 copies of it. And the final portion of this that is the non-signed books is going to be Empire of Silence and Howling Dark and Demon in White by Christopher Rocchio. I was lucky enough to come across the very elusive hardcover of Empire of Silence, and I'm so ecstatic. I got this for like $8 on Book Outlet, and it is a new book. I'm just very excited. And after finishing Empire of Silence, I went out and bought the 2 soft covers for these ones. I do want to get the hard covers at some point, but for now I just want something that I can read quickly on the go, and I like mass market paperbacks for that. Okay, that was the end of the book haul. I will be back soon with all of my signed books. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I really appreciate the support, and see you all next time. Take it easy, everybody.